Whoa, now everybody, I'm your host, Lambo Drew. You are now tuned in for another edition of The Leverage Show. I'm telling y'all what, we're going to be turning up all April long. Make sure you guys and ladies are out there and grabbing a hold of this Leverage Show because we are here to make one of the biggest impacts, man, into the culture, into what you guys are seeing and hearing and putting in your everyday life. We are here to make that impact right here on the Leverage Show. We're here to let you guys know that this particular show is a platform that not only in everything, man, that we educate on so many different levels and we educate on so many different, streams of income and streams of relationship goals and streams of family goals and streams of all of these other things that bind us together to make us a better nation or a better Leverage Show family. We're here to do this so we can impact culture and impact a movement and continue to keep going without ever doing anything else but moving forward. Our whole objective in this life is to continue to keep moving you forward, continue to keep pushing and moving you higher, continue to keep pushing you into new levels, into new dimensions that you've never soared, so that you may go around the world and help change the culture. That's what this Leverage Show is. This Leverage Show is a culture changer. And I could not be more esteemed for my guest tonight, who's not in everything, man, just a friend to the show, but he's also a friend and everything, man, to me and my household. And also in everything, man, a dear friend, man, to you guys as well. Mr. Jamal Titus will be on the broadcast. So make sure you guys are locked and loaded because he's going to have a lot to say. In just a few moments, we're going to bring him on. But I want to go on ahead and make sure that we tap in to these comments and check this temperature, man, out here on this Leverage Show. Make sure you guys are sharing this information, sharing this video. Get this video out to somebody because tonight may be the night that go on ahead and allow someone to catch the breakthrough that they need, someone to catch, just a hand up that they may need in life to continue to keep going further and further. And that's what this Leverage Show is about. So look, let's see who's in the comments, man. I can't wait to see y'all guys. Y'all keep turning me up each and every single week. I thank y'all, man. LA Law is in the building. Happy Thursday. I hope all is well. Good to see Kennard Haney. Listen, shout out to you, LA Law. I see you in the building, always showing love. Thank you. Listen, I know who was the first one who commented on this show. And it was no doubt in my mind, when he seen this, he probably thought he hit the lottery at this point. He probably had to wipe his eyes, roll over and tell Kim, you got to take a look at this. You got to take a look at this. JT and Lambo, they are linked up on the show for tomorrow. You got to take a look. And I know he couldn't believe it. But yes, it was true and everything, man. Me and my guy, Jamal Titus, Mr. AKA 3M, on the broadcast. Back again, man. For those who know, if you guys missed some of the early broadcasts of the Leverage Show, make sure you go back and check that out. I mean to tell you, Jamal Titus gave out so many great information, so many great nuggets, and so many great insight on how to begin to start maneuvering in markets and maneuvering in times like these. Make sure you guys go back and check those out. Those were some of the first ones before the family and the subscribers have grew to what it grew to right now, of over 14,000 subscribers. Thanks to you guys for making this Leverage Show, man, a hot show and getting it out there to the community and to the culture. So thank y'all for that. But Jamal Titus was on some of those first shows. And I promise you what, he's been throughout the shows throughout over the last almost 2 years now. And he has brought some great value to this broadcast. And will definitely bring some great value and everything, man, if you reach out to him with some great products and some great information that he has lined up. So make sure you guys are tapped into that. I'm telling you what I know. Listen, we so much and so many times, we get to the place when we come on the show, we sit out there and we take all this information in. Make sure you're sharing it. Make sure you're getting it out to somebody. Because somebody right now, tonight, at this moment, just may need to hear what Mr. Jamal Titus has to say, and take advantage of this opportunity that I'm telling you is life-changing, and some of the great things that we're going to talk about on the broadcast tonight. And I've told you, like, he's one of my prize students. I always tell him that, man, because he makes and everything, man, me laugh and smile the most, because I've seen what he has done after the baton and everything has been passed to him. And he's been doing some great things, and I want to continue to make sure he's doing even greater things. So definitely make sure you guys stay tuned tonight, because it's going down. Cutie Potato for Life is in the house. High Leverage Show family. Thank you, Cutie Potato, for another wonderful day. LA Laws, man, is giving Hi Cutie Potato for Life some love, man. Good to see you. You always know I love when the Leverage Show family show love. There it goes. He's back in the building. I know and everything, man. You came up off the comments, Mr. Kennard Haney. I did get a chance to see that. What's up, Cutie Potato for Life and LA Laws? Shout out to you, Mr. Kennard Haney. If you guys don't know, man, Mr. Kennard Haney and Jamal Titus are 1-2 punch. I'm trying to tell y'all this right now. One is knocking you with a left hook, and the other one's knocking you with a right hook. So make sure that you guys are paid attention. And you know he could not go on ahead and be not here, man, with one of his dearest friends, Jamal Titus, on the broadcast. Shout out to you, Kennard Haney. Make sure you guys go look and go subscribe to my guy Kennard Haney's channel as well. He's got a lot of great content, and continue to keep producing content. And I'm going to continue to stay on him and Jamal Titus, continue to keep producing even more content for the people out here and pushing them forward. So shout out to you, Kennard. I knew you was going to be there. My guy Larry the Lion is in the building. What's up, Larry? What's up, Lambo Nation? You know what time it is, man. Thank you, Larry. Listen, Larry, I do have, man, one quick announcement, man. We are going on a pizza box excursion where we're going to test out pizza boxes around the United States and everything. So shout out and everything, man, to you, Larry the Lion, for you being able to go ahead and put this on there so we can tap out some pizza boxes. You guys know how we're going to tap out some pizza boxes. I'm going to be the one eating, and, well, my wife is going to be the one. Well, let me leave that alone. Thank y'all. Thank you to Larry the Lion for you tapping in, man, and showing love for that, because you know what time it is. Hi, Kennard. Good to see you. LA Lawrence in the building, showing love to Kennard Haney. You know what time it is. Jamal Titus as well, man. Lambo Drew in the house, man. Happy Thursday, Leverage Show family. Thank you, JT, man. You know what time it is. Let's keep going on ahead and pushing this up and making this do what it do best, man. You know what time it is. Kennard Haney says, Lambo, did you see I was the first to check in this morning at about 7:30 a.m. Eastern today, right? I even sent you a Texas proof. I did get the chance to get the text and everything, the group text. Shout out to Kennard Haney. Like I told you, Kennard, literally, he had just got up out of his sleep, looked over and checked his phone. That was the first thing he did. I'm trying to tell y'all what he did. He didn't even wipe his eyes right. And then the moment he seen Jamal Titus on the Leverage Show, and the picture of all three of us, it's the picture of me, Jamal, and Kennard Haney, man, on that broadcast. He seen that thumbnail and was like, oh, my goodness. So shout out to you, Kennard. I seen you, man. You was rocking out, man, and thank you for all your support and all your enthusiasm that you bring definitely to the Leverage Show, brother, because you is on it for real, for real. All right, man. Lamon's in the building, man. Hello. Hey, y'all. Showing love. Thank you, champ, man. It's always good to see you. Always great to be seen. Thank you, LA Law. You know what time it is. My baby says, hello, my brother Larry. Showing love, man, to Larry. You know what time it is. JT say, we saw you, Ken. Yes, we seen you, Ken. And I'm trying to tell you, you have stapled, man, your imprint into that Leverage Show. So shout out to you and everything, man, about this. We're going to make it happen. Hello, Mrs. Johnson. Ken is showing love, man, to my wifey. Thank you. Money's in the building. Hello with the love signs. LA Law says, hi, Larry. Good to see you. Showing love to my guy, Larry. My baby says, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for the beautiful wife, man, in the building. You know, she's definitely going to go ahead and support my guy, JT, man. The missus is always going to show love, man, and come be definitely a root of support for my guy, JT, on what he's going to bring tonight to the show. LA Law says, hi, JT, Mrs. Johnson, Money in Lamont. You know what time it is. Thank you, LA Law, for always tapping in. Kennard Haney said, what's up, Lambo? You know I've shared this with about 20 people. I know you probably did, Ken. That's Ken for the win, man. Shout out to you, Ken. Thank you, man. Keep sharing, keep getting this out, man. You know what time it is, man. Kid says, thank you, Jamal. Always showing love and everything and paying homage, man, to one of the great mentors in his life as well. We're super ecstatic for you, kid, man. Keep going, man. Let's keep doing what you do. Larry says, same to you, LA Law, showing love. You know what time it is. My cousin's in the building. Hey, cousin-law. What's up, Leverage Show family? What's up, LA Law? I hope that the LA is for Louisiana, and that's law. Actually, she's in the Kakalakis, cuz. So shout out to LA Law, man, down there in the Kakalakis, man, showing love. But hey, you know what? We already going to be representing, man, the Louisiana boys around here, man. So shout out to everybody, man, in every city, man, around in 50 states and around the globe, man, who tap in each and every single week on the Leverage Show. We truly thank y'all. LA Law says, hi, Arrow. Good to see you. And no, it's not from Louisiana. It's my nickname. Hey, you know what time it is, man. Always showing love. Kanara Haynes says, Lambo, I was coming from my workout when I first saw the notification. This is what happens when you go to bed by 12 a.m. or sooner. Though I will stay up and wait for your call if I need to. You know what? Let me tell you something. I got to laugh at this. And Jamal, he's backstage laughing right now. I mean, he's cracking up laughing at this. Because he knows that when you stay up late with Ken is on some Larry type of stuff, man. They out there doing nails and taking off socks and showing pedicures and feet. Me and Jamal both looking at each other like, hey, JT, hey, bro, I don't know if this is right at this point. There's some things you need to keep between you and Kim. So hey, I'm just calling it like I said. We love you though, Ken, man. We love you, bro. I'm telling you this right now. Muddy says, hello, LA Law, man. Shout out to you and everything, man. Always showing love. My baby gives a wonderful love, man, to LA Law. You know what time it is, man. Kanari Haney say, I'm fired up for the show. Hearing from my guy, Jamal Titus. What's up, Larry? That's what I want to hear. You guys get excited, man. Get pumped up, man, because this is what it's about. It's about always leveling up to another level. My baby says no pizza. You know, I took my wife to a lunch yesterday. And I'm going to say this. I took her to lunch yesterday in between my busy day. And I told her, I said, listen, I'm taking you to this lunch. She didn't know and everything what they had. When she got there, she seen that the main dish that they served was pizza. I say, make sure you get my wife the best pizza you can possibly give her. Right then and there, man, my wife was about to let it go at the table. She said, I don't want no pizza. DC has ruined me with their rats and everything else that they got. So shout out and everything, man, to DC, man. Showing my wife some love, man. And we call that new and everything, man, improved diet plan. Just go to DC and go down 18th Street. Watch them rats and everything crawl inside of that garbage can. You'll get right. So listen, shout out to, man, Larry, man, says funny guy, man. We just trying to go ahead and be that. My baby says, Larry, we've been rolling about the pizza. Yes, we have, man. And it's been just my wife and everything doing her. Shout out to QP and Quentin. I see you in the building. What's up, Leveragers, man? We leveling up all the way, man. Thank you, QP, man, for tapping in, man. Truly and truly. I know he definitely is going to be on support for Jamal Titus as well, man. So you know what time it is. My baby's showing love for Ken. LA Law, hi, Q. Good to see you. QP says, hi, LA Law. You know what time it is. Kanai Haney said, you're right, Lambo. I'm excited. I saw that thumbnail. It felt like I hit the lottery or something. I know it was. I know you felt like that. You ain't even got to tell me nothing. I know it was like, it felt like I didn't hit the lottery right here, man, on this. Larry said, my sis, Miss Johnson, moderating the chat. Yes, she is. Making sure she's doing what she's got to do. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Heart beats back to you. You know what time it is. Mrs. Johnson, get your husband, man. You know you can't get me because I'm already on the road, brother. Nothing but love for us, Leverage Show family, man, in the universe. We making it do what it do. Shout out to you, Q. Always showing love. Larry's cracking up laughing, man. You know what time it is, man. Larry said the rats at that Capitol. We're not even going to get started about that. Hey, she know what time it is. And I think that she really and everything, man, is enjoying some of these culture tours that we getting ready to start taking in a little bit. So make sure you guys stay tuned because I can't wait to go on ahead, man, and go to India and eat some monkey brains. My wife's gonna be the first one to go. She's the first one to taste it. I'm gonna tell her it's Jello, and I'm gonna make sure I record it on camera, y'all. So make sure y'all see what time it is, man. Y'all ain't never seen that, man. That was on Indiana Jones when they was eating the monkey brains and stuff like that, man. So make sure and everything you see that, I'm gonna make sure it's Jello and record it and everything because I want to get our taste buds. What up, Ken Dog, man? QP showing love, man. My wife, she's laughing. You already know what time it is. I ain't right, man. We making it do what it do. Listen, without further ado, now to spend some great time. You guys are always bringing the energy, man, to the show. I could not be, man, more esteemed by this next guest. It ain't like you have never seen him on the Leverage Show, but you haven't seen him on the Leverage Show in quite some time. The last time we were on the Leverage Show was back in October when I got a chance to go to Columbus, Ohio. We were there for the Earn Your Leisure Conference. And people who do know the Earn Your Leisure Conference that we were there, I got a chance to really sit down with Jamal Titus, Kennard Haney. We call him Ken. You know, we call him Kennard on the show, but it's Ken. He loves Ken. You can't just, Kennard and everything, man. Ken is looking at you like, hey, man, you can't be saying that. That's almost like Will Smith being called Willard. You understand? It's not right. You call him Will Smith, you know what time it is. So we got a chance, man, to and with QP and Stacks and a lot of other people, man. Kennard Haney's son, man, who we had, my cousin Antoine, we had my brother-in-law. I can't even think of everybody else, man, who were there, but we were blessed. I think I just about got almost everybody who was there. And we got a chance, man, just to really go ahead and hang out. And I really wanted to kind of let the guys know, man, that you guys, or I did this because I just really want to hang out with you guys. You guys on the Leverage Show are so far ahead of so many people who are out here. And so many people who are looking for way, they're looking for advice. They're looking for wisdom. I'm glad and I'm honored, even at that time when I got a chance to go to Ohio, that they actually realized that. You understand that in that moment, being in the room, being in that same vicinity, that what we pour into the Leverage Show, what we pour into like the 1 or 2% of things that people do know, and we're actually executing plays that is really helping change people's lives. And again, they seen the value of within themselves that they have been getting. I'm so glad and so honored within that moment. I remember in Jeff Ruby's, we were sitting down eating steak. And some other cool things at the table, man, lobsters and everything else, man. They had a little bit of everything at the table. But I was blessed at that moment, being able to look across the table and look at everyone and see the people whose lives and everything, man, that this Leverage Show has touched and changed and blessed and everything, man, whether it's between friendship, mentorship, whether it's between so many great things are pouring into their lives. I'm so blessed because of that, because I can look at them and see their success and where they're actually going and track their success or where they're going. Looking at the table across there was Jamal Titus. And if you guys remember, we did a video at that table in October. And it was a blessing to have each one kind of speak and stuff like that. When I got to Ken and Jamal, I just looked at them too and I just shook my head. And I could not be more proud because to see where the baton is being passed and to see where the levels where they're taking things is truly, truly, truly an honor and a blessing to exactly what I decided to make sure that I'm pouring and giving back. I couldn't be more proud and everything, man, to see the doors that Jamal Titus has opened up and he's walking in now and he will continue to keep walking in because he's actually helping changing lives along his way. Jamal Titus and everything, man, is definitely not a stranger to the show. I want to make sure you guys give him a warm welcome right back here on the Leverage Show. Thank you, Mr. Jamal Titus. Welcome back to the Leverage Show, sir.
Man, you got me all messed up. and it's interesting. And folks, I want y'all to realize that when I get the opportunity, and I don't take this lightly, to be on the program to talk to Lambo because he's very busy, and it's an honor. It's really an honor, and I don't take it lightly. And I need to thank first and foremost of the community and the family, Mrs. Johnson.
Yeah.
Because Mrs. Johnson has decided to share her husband with the world. And a whole lot of, wives couldn't do what she does.
Yeah.
And they're threatened. They're not. They may not be secure. And there's a lot of time that goes into this and pouring into people. This is true ministry, folks. You got to understand there's a difference between church work
Yeah.
and kingdom building.
Yeah.
And kingdom building is ministry. And as you have been engaging in this community, the transparency that Lambo has, what you see on this program is what you get.
Yeah.
What you see, how you hear it. When we was on the phone this morning until 2:30 in the morning, it's laughter, it's joking, it's serious sharing, it's serious speaking into the community's lives.
Yeah.
And I just got to thank Mrs. Johnson for, allowing this to happen and the ease of it happening and realizing that the time has increased. It used to be this program was once a week. And then it went to twice a week this year. And then it went to, the other smaller segments on the other days, and the travel that you're getting back into, folks.
Yeah.
Do not take it lightly when you are able to be in the presence of a genuine person, an authentic person, because there's too many masks being worn today. I'm stepping on Q's, he's getting his social media stuff together, and his first subject is masks out here.
Okay.
But you don't run into that many authentic people, and when you do, don't let them go. That's all I'm gonna say is don't let them go. Now they might run away from you, but just don't repel them. Just appreciate. I appreciate the love from LA Law, Blue Sky, Mrs. Johnson, Ken, Q, Larry, everybody. This is a very unique community. And I'm gonna even go as far as to say this. Please go back. Every guest that has been on, I'm wearing a shirt from one of the past guests. I wanted to represent and help support.
Yes,
and this
sir.
is the type of community that we're a part of, and other people's success does not take away from your individual success.
Yes.
We serve a God of uber abundance.
Come on
of
now.
great abundance. You don't have to worry about it. Don't be fearful. He constantly says, don't be afraid. Have courage. Be of good courage and move. And I'm just telling you, folks, that with the first meeting, which I'm going to share a little bit about, back to when me and Lambo first met and everything else, and, just being real and transparent.
Yeah.
I ain't never paid for nobody's mentorship program. And since the last program, I think the last program, all my hair was black and my beard was black. So I'm channeling my inner Moses at the moment. But it's been a roller coaster ride. It's been a situation where when you deal with a mentor, their mindset and where they're trying to take you is foreign to you. That's something that you just have to recognize from the jump. It's foreign. It may not make sense to you. And Lambo will tell you, we got together, we started in December of 2020. And, take me through some processes, got me some quick success, got me some results. And then he was like, well, this is the next step. And this is what we need to do. And I'm like, you sure about that, Lambo? All this other information out here says that's not how you do stuff. As a matter of fact, you had me do some training that says what we're doing and getting success at doing that, it ain't supposed to work. And that was his whole point. And you got to understand there is a huge difference between what I'll call mentorship / discipleship / apprenticeship. Okay. Our educational system is set up with teachers and students. And true education is supposed to get you to the truth. It's
Fact.
supposed to teach the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But all of us know that we ain't been taught most truth.
Facts.
And the point in that is that we don't have the results that individuals or the system has stated that we should have.
Mm.
So what do? You got to get out here. You got to search for truth. And Ken will tell you that, whenever he introduces me and we're talking to some of his network and stuff like that, it's like when the student is ready, I'll say the mentor will show up. Not the teacher.
I like
the
that.
mentor will show up, because the mentor is going to show you step by step with full transparency what you need to do, how you need to move, and even more so, they expect you to be empowered to do even more.
Facts.
That's all they're going to talk about is more, and pull things out of you. And folks, quiet as it's kept, Revenue Ryan and Lambo pulled me, dragged me, kicking and screaming to the Facebook Lives back around, I think it was like November of 2021.
Yeah.
November 2021. And if you look at me,
yeah.
We can all develop. You got to start at your starting point, and then you just got to move.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of success in areas. I've accomplished a lot, but one of the things that Lambo has been able to do is to teach me how to monetize the stuff that I was doing for free, folks, free for like over a decade.
Yeah.
So if I'm willing to do stuff for free for over a decade, I should feel comfortable being compensated for it, because I got the experience, I've done the study and everything else. But guess what? I didn't have it. I didn't have it. But he has helped me to show me that, again, there's layers to these things, and there's more out there than you realize.
Yeah.
There is way more out there than you realize. And I was telling somebody today in a conversation, it's like, or actually the past few days, there are infinite opportunities out there. Opportunities are unlimited. The question is whether or not you're connected to a network that gives you access to those opportunities. And then I'm even add to that depends upon how you move with them.
Yeah.
Because if you have that scarcity mentality and you're hoarding and you want to hide it and keep it close, you really don't want to help nobody or whatever else, well, guess what? Those opportunities are going to dry up.
Yeah.
And when they dry up, that's when you're in a bad place. That's when you can become depressed. Lambo has shared that, towards the end of last year, we had some situations where there were some losses and this, that, and the other. Guess what? I was in part of that group, But I know the short.
JT. Some people don't think that this walk doesn't have losses into it. Like you won't receive that. Talk to them just a little bit about some of that, man.
Well, one of the things that we weren't told the truth about is we think the opposite of success is failure.
Yeah.
And the opposite of success is not failure. Failure is a part of the success process. Because guess what? Everything we try to do the first time, you're not going to be good at. And that's something I struggle with dealing with my children. And, well, I should let the cat out of the bag right now. Folks, I am, you see all this gray? It is all because of my children. Me and my beautiful bride, Tammy, will be married 33 years come November 17th. And not only will we be married 33 years and been together for 35, but we have 10 children together. And see, I even feel bad about explaining this. 10 children together. I only got one baby mama,
Yeah.
and Tammy had all 10 of them. All right.
Yeah.
So, and see, that's something else. When you come to me, if you're a part of my mentorship program or whatever else,
Yeah.
if I could do it, if I could get through a lot of the stuff that I've
Yeah.
gotten through, and then, people got 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm saying, to each his own, but the bottom line is you got to come strong. You got to remember who you talking to over here if you're going to try and give me some sort of excuse.
Yeah.
Because I've done it. I've had a home foreclosed on. I filed bankruptcy twice. This is all
Twice.
part of the process. Twice.
Mm.
The first time, and that's something else. The stigma behind bankruptcy. We don't even know the truth about that. Bankruptcy is a legal action to protect your assets. But unfortunately, what I learned, especially the first time around, it was like I'm trying to, because life comes at you, and that's
Right.
something that you can understand about everything, and even the credit game and all this other sort of stuff. They know that life is going to happen, and they're betting that you're not prepared for it. So
Yes.
we had gotten down to nothing the very first time. Nothing. We had nothing. I had to move in with my parents for about 13 months, and we had 4 children at the time. And no, we had 5, and my wife was pregnant with our 6th at that time. And so when I sat there in front of the magistrate and got to notice how people got to pick and choose what they wanted to keep and this, that, and the other, I was just like, huh? And of course, they didn't look like me, but they understood some things. I should have probably filed bankruptcy 2 years prior to when I did, but I had this mindset, I got to pay these bills. I got to do this, that, and well, guess what? That's honorable and that is correct. But
Yes.
when life hits you, you need to take advantage of everything that is out there to help you.
Yes.
And bankruptcy is a tool to do that. So, fast forward. So again, the opposite of success is not failure. The opposite of success is quitting, folks. That is the opposite of success, because as failure is a part of the success process, you're going to figure out what doesn't work and how you need to adjust, and the minor adjustments that you need to keep doing and going along with. And then statistically, I shouldn't even say statistically, it is a mathematical certainty. 1 or 2 things are going to happen to you when you focus on trying to accomplish something. You're either going to end up accomplishing it, which you don't know how long it may take. It's probably going to take more than hours, days, weeks, months, years. It could take more than a decade. The Bible gives you examples of that, a lot of stuff that took longer than a decade. Okay? So
Yeah.
that's not unusual. It's not the American dream. It's not microwave like it is here in the United States. Nothing's fast that lasts.
Yeah.
But but what happens is you'll either figure it out eventually after whatever time frame it is, which is the issue that we have in most cases, or you're going to run out of time, folks.
Yeah.
When you run out of time, it ain't going to matter anyway, because you ain't here no more. So until you get into a position where you start to become obsessed with some of this stuff, you're not going to get there, because it's easier to drop back into a comfort zone. It's easier to do what everybody else is doing. And even over the last show, when Lambo was sharing, and of course it's a celebration, and I'm not taking anything away from that or certain other things, but the one thing that the American public pays for and will sit and enjoy is their entertainment.
Yep.
So whether it's a sports, whether it's a concert or whatever else, but I know, when you get around Lambo, you realize the time, and that, time is infinitely more valuable than money.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you want to partake to a certain degree, but then you need to get back to your purpose in life and pleasing your creator.
That's it. That's
That is ultimately it, because that's the one who's going to grade you based
yeah.
upon what it is that you can accomplish. And
Yeah.
it's really not that complicated, folks. It's
Yeah.
really not. I'm gonna paraphrase this. When the Christ was approached, and that's what the greatest law was, it was love God to the best of your ability and everything that you know. And paraphrasing, he had to add,
Yeah.
the second is likened unto the first. And I like to paraphrase it as, do no intentional harm. Do
Mm.
no intentional harm. There's going to be mistakes made where you harm people on occasion, but do no intentional harm. And he said, everything else rest upon these two simple facts.
Yeah.
So don't let anybody convince you it's about showing up, how many times you show up in church, how much tithe you done paid, all this other sort of stuff, how you dressed at church, whether you said amen or not, whether you raised your hands up or down, or how you got your shout on, whether you was laying in the spirit, all that other sort of stuff. All that matters is what God has purpose for you to do. And then he's even given you his spirit in order to help you to accomplish it. So
Amen.
I personally, I can't continue to make excuses when I read the Bible and people who didn't have the indwelling of the Holy Spirit was able to please God. And now I got God's spirit in me, if I really understand what that means. And I'm having more trouble, and we do have more distractions. Okay. Somebody was telling me that earlier today in a conversation. But guess what? We choose a lot of these distractions.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And I've
Yeah.
been guilty of it. I ain't, I'm talking to me right now.
Mhm.
Actually, y'all over here, a conversation between me and Lambo, and this is how some of them go.
Yep.
And, you know, and encouraging, you got to encourage yourself. You got to be transparent about things. And we can all improve. We can all improve. But,
That's
and
all
that's what the
fact.
focus is, improvement. We're not going to be perfect. We're not
No.
going to be perfect. There was only one
Yeah.
perfect, but we can improve.
And
But
we're
getting back
striving
to
for
that,
perfection,
uh,
man. It's a strive for perfection. So that means if we're striving in that image of perfection, every day that you wake up is not going to be a day that you are feeling your best or you are living your best life to please God, man. You're gonna drop the ball. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna fumble. It's a strive. It's a walk, and a lot of people don't understand that it's a walk. I'm like, no, it's a walk. It's not a race. Who can get there fast enough and everything? No, he's not looking at that. What he's looking at is how do you handle task by task? How do you handle and everything, man? The next assignment that I give you. Hey, you messed up. You acknowledge that you messed up. You acknowledge that you didn't do this right. You repented. You got your mind back, your focus back. You're ready to go do other things. Now go ahead and continue to keep carrying on.
yeah. So
That's the
he
whole thing.
so he even set up the entire system to really ultimately make you successful.
Exactly. 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 Like he knows you before you know yourself. So, it amazes me and stuff like that how people we put so much of this on everything else, thinking that if we perform this way, if we do this way, and it's way bigger than that and stuff like that. He's looking at your real actions when nobody else is around you, when you're around alone, because you can do things in front of people. And you could, the old folks used to say and everything, man, you can fool people some of the time, but you can't fool God none of the time. So who you fooling? Yourself at this point, man. I'm not trying to play with that, man. So that's why when people say this, and Jamal knows this, me and him, we had this talk. You don't have to say out of your mouth like, oh man, I gotta quote every scripture out of the Bible. I gotta say praise the Lord and highly favored and all that. No, just walk with your whatever that you're doing in life. Whatever that you're doing, with if you serving, if you out here, man, you working a job, if you working a business, or you doing something, you can do so many things that your actions tell it all before anybody can even say, hey, you must. No, I gotta tell you, I ain't gotta run here with a leather bound Bible in my hand. No, go do business, go occupy till I come. And doing business, when you see that, if your alignment is already aligned in personal sight, that's a personal thing. That's a sacred thing. And then you understand business, and you understand life, and you understand take care of families and all the other structures, everything else is going to come. So, dude, yeah, yes.
So I'm up here looking at some of the chat too, so that we don't get too far.
Oh, okay, man. Listen, shout out to my guy Rob, my guy PBT is in the building, man. Good to see you and everything, man. Guy Rob, make sure y'all gotta go like and subscribe to his channel, man. The Points Blank Travel. We definitely be hooking up, doing something together. So whether it's on his channel or on mine, you guys stay tuned and everything for that, man. Shout out to Blue Sky is in the building. I got a chance to see Blue Sky came in and joined in, man. That was a beautiful thing, man. And everybody else in the chat, man, who is really, man, making this chat, man, what it is. We truly love you guys and thank you guys for everything that y'all do. I'm trying to tell y'all this right now. Keep doing it. JT, listen, you had some things to share with people. You had an opportunity. We want to get to that because there is something that's going to be else to be out here to help change the people's lives. And this is what the people, man, been waiting to hear on the show and talk about some things. So talk to us, JT. I'm going to go ahead and let you take it away from this point.
I'm going to say this because I got to put this in, and I'm going to get to it, folks. Again, with the mentorship. So I'm plugged into Lambo, got plugged into him. Lambo's plugged into God. I'm also plugged into God, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting because how this situation came about, because, dealing with some of the consequences of some of the losses from the end of the year, the beginning of the year, trying to do this, and literally, as I was telling Lambo this morning, I got a cousin who Saturday is leaving to go to North Dakota to work on those oil lines. And folks, if you don't know about what's going on there, and again, when I give you my contact information later, I can tell you about that too. But the bottom line is this: you go there and work basically 3 weeks out the month, and you got a week off. 14 days on, 7 days off, 18 days on, 9 days off. And folks is making ridiculous money. They working, but they making ridiculous money. Literally, you 6 months, and it will. Sorry, hold on a minute. I got somebody trying to call me. I got to decline this call.
Go ahead.
So, I apologize, folks.
Not a problem.
Okay. So, but they're making money, and that's what his plan is. He's going to work about 6 months, get his money straight and everything else, and he might never ever look back. But that's how much they're doing. And we're talking, $10,000+ a month. Easy, working 3 weeks out of a month with a week off. So, I'm in a position where, I done got some of these losses and everything else. And I'm thinking to myself, but remember, I'm plugged in. In understanding with talking with Lambo all these years that there's more opportunities out there. I might not know of them yet or whatever else. And guess what? This opportunity dropped into my lap.
Yeah.
And it's something that anyone can do from remotely, part-time, if you so choose. And so what it is, and I'll get into the play right now, is it's dealing with residential solar.
Stop right there. Shout out to you, Jay Ford. I see you in the building in the pink group. Thank you. When you're talking about anyone can get into this play, what makes me sit here and really intrigue myself, there are so many plays, Jamal, that, and you know this, that people are inadequate enough, not inadequate enough to get in, or don't have the ability, or have somebody showing and guiding their hand. When you say anybody can get into this play, you do mean just about anybody.
Anybody who is willing to take some time can get into this play, you know, and you determine what it is,
Okay.
you know, as to what you're going to get. But I'm gonna give you this first teaser.
Yeah.
If you decide that all you want to do is make referrals, that could be up to $1,000 per referral.
Wow. Up to
Up to
1,000
$1,000 per
per
referral.
referral. Do you know how big that could actually help change somebody's life who they may be trying to figure out if this is something that they want to do, or you know, a couple of referrals could actually go ahead and pay someone's bills for the entire month. Let's go, Jamal. I'm kind of really eager to hear about this. And I know the Leverage Show family is eager to hear about this. You know, I always say two things. Either in everything, man, you're gonna have what you call as dead money or working money. Dead money is money that lies inside of a bank, or lies inside of a shoebox, or lies inside of a pocket. It's not working. It's dead. There's nobody, nothing is earning off of that at all. 10 to 1, most of the time you will lose that money. And then it's called working money. That's working money that it allows you to work. It's put into an investment. It's put into a rehab structure. It's put into something out there that's making money and profit off of it, that is giving you money back so that your money is now working. It's alive and it literally benefits the person and everything, man, that is for. So shout out to Jamal and everything Titus for being able to go ahead and release this opportunity to help change someone's life so they can get some working money going on. Let's go, JT. I'm excited
Yeah.
about this.
So what I'm gonna tell you this too, and this is all part of it. It is not a multi-level marketing company. It is not.
Really?
It is a direct sales organization, but it is not multi-level marketing. And the thing about, and there's nothing wrong with multi-level marketing. That's what I'm
Right.
gonna say. Now, especially when they tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, which is, you know, my experience. What I've got a lot of experience in multi-level marketing. Most people look at it as they're gonna hit the leader lottery.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
guess what? You ain't got no leadership experience, if you don't have no recruiting experience, if you don't have no sales experience, you have no experience whatsoever, you got the biggest learning curve.
Yeah.
And until you personally you work on yourself and do the personal development, you're not going to be able to attract the leaders that you really want in order to leverage that. Okay.
Yes.
And that goes for you know, really everything. If you don't
Yeah.
have the experience, now the question is how much time you going to take to really learn. And so that's probably just a major knock against multi-level marketing, because they don't always fully disclose that. And it's all about the product, and they, you know, moving their product, and they could change it on you and everything else, but it's still better than just working a job. So
Yeah.
to start off, low cost, whatever else. But this deal, there's no financial investment and
What?
zero monthly cost.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So everyone watching this show, and under the sound of Jamal Titus's voice, there is no startup cost that they have to put anything down, have to take anything out of their pocket, have to move something from a 401k, something from a credit card, or something to be able to leverage to get into this?
No, sir. All they have to do is be willing to take some time. So it's almost legit. It's a legit part-time job, that you determine what your schedule is. So if you only want to do one referral a month or no referral a particular month, nobody's forcing you to do nothing. There's things that you could plug into. And I will say this, it will give you the feel. If you've ever been part of network marketing, it's going to give you the feel of that. But the difference is, you know, network marketing, you got to have some sort of auto ship for it to be successful, whatever sort of fee. And then, you know, that's low ticket. But remember, we're talking about residential solar sales. Now you're talking a big ticket item. Big ticket items has big commission.
Yeah.
i.e., why you could be paid up to $1,000 for just referring an actual completed sale. You
Mm.
know, there's no cold calling or door knocking. You know, they have a proven system, which if you want to go cold calling, if you want to go door knocking, you're welcome to do that, but it's not required and you don't need to do it in order to be successful. Again, big ticket. That's one of the things that I realized about this opportunity is, and I had heard about it. As a matter of fact, this opportunity, folks, comes through Don LaPlume. Who's Don LaPlume? He's the co-founder of Megaverse. He was on a few weeks ago, maybe a
Yeah.
month ago or so.
Yes.
Again, that network, that's where you've heard the saying, your network is your net worth.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to get into those other opportunities that will really change your life, you got to get around people who've been able to change some lives,
Yes. Yeah.
including their own. And again, folks, when me and Lambo first met, I was not in the mindset of paying for anybody's mentorship program at all. I'd never done it before, wasn't thinking about it doing it. And then he said, it's going to be such and such. And I was like,
And that was at a discount. You remember that?
I know it was at a discount. But the same thing is, I equated it to, my student loan.
Yeah.
I ain't spent money like that for quote unquote education, which this is real education. That
Yeah.
other stuff I was doing was it ain't get me where it said it was going to go in all actuality. Because again, we need education. Education is subject specific. And the most important thing that you can learn about is money and the monetary system.
Yeah.
My great grandfather only had, I think, a third grade education, but guess what? He knew how to handle his money to where, the money that he was making, he was able to buy a brand new car whenever he wanted. He didn't just build one house. He didn't just build two houses. He actually built three houses.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And when he passed away at 95, and this would have been back in the early 90s,
Mm-hmm.
early to mid 90s, you know, he had a nice chunk of change that he left for his children. He had a real nice chunk of change. It was not millionaire status.
Yeah.
It was not $500,000 status, but it was around a quarter, and
Enough for
that's the
people
one
to do
thing,
some things.
if they understood how to do it. But unfortunately, most of our families, because we have this lack and we don't understand what's going on, we fighting over possessions at funerals.
Yeah.
It's sad. We ought to have our own, and that's what this leverage show does. Is Lambo has spearheaded sharing this information.
Yeah.
And if you decide to execute on it, don't just get excited about
Yep.
who's on and what their latest play is and what their thing. You are getting a true education
Yeah.
to non-traditional financial opportunities, because in the traditional space, which I used to work in, and
Yeah.
I've worked for a couple banks and had licenses, this, that, and the other, that space takes advantage of people's ignorance.
Yeah. Yes, it
And,
does.
and so they may, and financial advisors, you can find some really good ones. They're nice people. They do the best that they can, but all they're offering you is the best product that their company has to offer, but it may not be the best product for you, you know? And you've got to know that for yourself. Just like when it comes to your health, it is not your doctor's responsibility to make sure that you're in good health. It is your responsibility to make sure you're in good health. It is not the responsibility of the educational system to educate your children. It is your responsibility to educate your children. And all honesty, The educational system is supposed to assist you in doing that. But
Yeah.
we turn stuff over to folks, and when you turn and give up responsibility, i.e., money to some of these plays and platforms, you giving up responsibility. So however it goes, it goes. But if you want to have greater control, now you got to get your thinking cap on.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to spend some time to learn a bit more so that you can handle the situations yourself if you choose to.
Yeah.
But if you don't choose to, just understand that's the other part of the risk when you don't choose to control it yourself. But that, we all got choices.
Yeah.
So getting back to the play. So it's 100% virtual. I set up basically Zooms and appointments on Zooms, and the initial Zoom is literally 15 to 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes, less than 30 minutes, and guess what? You can't even buy nothing. We are a educational solar company, and it is one of the top three solar companies in the country. They've done over 100,000 installations already. They have a 99.75% satisfaction rate with the BBB. Okay. And in most cases, over 95% of the time, there is no out-of-pocket money required.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
And I'm not just saying this because I'm a part of this trying to, get some money to do some of the other plays that Lambo's always telling us about. But I'm going through the process myself.
Yeah.
Last week they came out and did my site audit, and that's part of it. And, it's step by step. But no out-of-pocket expense in most cases.
Okay.
Also, in most cases, there's an immediate savings. I'm not going to say it happens in every situation. As a matter of fact, I need to set up a second appointment with a client where their price actually monthly would go up by $30.
Wow.
$30 initially because of, their system and the way, how many panels and how the sun travels. And they give you all these tools for free. Once you can learn how to use these if you want to. Again, if you just want to do the referral part, you could just all do the referral part. But they got some stuff and software to make it easy for you, to easy explain to the client how to show them their savings over 25 years or 30 years. And they have a 25-year energy production guarantee. Wow. Not a 25-year warranty on the equipment, but a 25-year guarantee on the energy production. So what does that mean? That means that if the equipment goes down and it's due to workmanship and certain other things, that they're going to get it up as quickly as they can to 100, whatever the production is that's in your contract initially. Initially, because the longer it goes being down, they're actually going to pay for that lost production because you'll have to draw from the electrical grid at that particular point in time. So one of the questions that I had was, what if the panels got hail damage or something like that, outside? And it was like, that would be covered under your homeowner's insurance. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, and speaking of that, folks, the financing in the past, they used to put a lien on your house.
Yeah.
And the lien had to be paid first. And Ken could tell you, I learned from Ken that, he ran into that situation when his father passed. He had solar panels and they couldn't sell the house until that loan was paid off. There is no lien on the house if you decide to finance. There is no lien on the house if you decide to finance. There is no lien on your house if you decide to finance. It is assumable to the next owner, which is huge.
Yeah.
On top of that, I'm not sure if y'all realize that there is a 30% federal tax credit
that people could take advantage of on their taxes at the end of the year.
And that's a tax credit, folks, not a tax refund. Now, you need to talk to your CPA or whoever does your taxes. But if you qualify for that 30%, a credit is like cash money.
Yeah.
That's what a credit is, cash money. And then on top of that, I got to mention this, folks, if you live in Illinois or New Jersey, you better reach out to me at my email address when it comes up later immediately, because they are doing the states are doing additional tax credits to where it is paying for over half.
Wow.
Of the total cost.
In Illinois and New Jersey.
Illinois and New Jersey. And then also South Carolina. South Carolina is like almost half.
Okay.
But New Jersey and Illinois, the state, and then sometimes even municipalities have credits towards, renewable energies, as they put it, or whatever else. So all of this stuff, and I'll say this on the Leverage Show, those tax credits, now the way that it works is the expectation is that you take that tax credit and put it on the entire amount of the loan that you finance. That keeps your payment consistent. So you don't have payments for the first 2 months after the installation, because they've got to make sure that it's connected right back to the grid, and they don't know how long it's going to take for the local utility to come out and do certain other things, whatever. So that you don't have to double pay. But then for the 3 through the 18 months, you're at a particular payment. And they expect you that in that 18-month period that you've received your tax credit because of the tax refund, whatever. If you don't put it down, then the monthly cost, the payment goes up, because those monies are given directly to you. They don't go to the finance company or whatever else. And we know here on the Leverage Show that, a strategy, you might not necessarily want to put all that money just down on the finance, because with some of the plays that we have, you could take, I would dare say, half to a quarter of the money if you so choose, if not, whatever you choose to do. And you can have that pay for not only that bill for the system, but we know plays that will pay for even more than that. And pay for some other bills. Again, as Lambo said, you got to get your money to work. You got to leverage everything. It's the Leverage Show. You leverage yourself, you leverage your assets, you leverage your money. It all has to be working in order for you to make it, folks. If it's not all working, if you don't have multiple workers for you, it's harder to get free. It's not impossible, but it's a lot harder to get free. So it's not about a stash of cash. And especially if you stashing it in the bank, because guess what, folks? A bank run can happen at any time, and it has really nothing to do with the health of the bank. It's a liquidity issue. It's a liquidity issue. And we already know that things are being manipulated, folks. And I don't, call me a conspiracy.
Me and Jamal, we can have these conversations off camera and stuff like that. It is so. Let's not go away from that. The one thing that I love what Jamal Titus is saying is he's speaking on vehicles. You have to have your money in vehicles. Vehicles go a whole lot more further than where you go. And these different plays and different things that you can do, you can go on ahead and be able to leverage that. The thing about it is you're going to be put in two ways of leverage. I'm gonna tell some of you guys this is the greatest thing you're gonna ever hear. Either you're gonna learn to leverage or someone's leveraging you. Straight up.
Fact.
Straight up. Someone's leveraging you. The gas company's leveraging you. The electric company's leveraging you. Your credit cards are leveraging you. Your bank account is leveraging you. Everything in the banking system or the financial system that you take care of, that what you call comfort, is leveraging against you. Why not you learn to leverage? This is what the leverage show is about. This is what the pin group is about. This is what all these things of, even the mentorships that Jamal Titus actually has. This is what this is about, to teach you how to leverage yourself so that you can leverage and win in life. This play is a huge play. If someone who is living in those areas or knows people who are living in those areas, that they can take advantage of and actually come up pretty big and nice. I literally have to fly next week to go help a lady out. She's up in age, but you know what? She came to me. She told me. She said, "Lambo, I said, ma'am, I can come in. I can send somebody there too. I want you to do it. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna help set her up so that way she checks her bank account every month, and the plays that we talk about on the Lever Show, she's able to just look at her bank, and every month she sees her money comes in, and she goes do whatever she wants to do. She wanted to go on ahead and relieve the stress off of some of the bills that she has. Either your money is going to be dead working, your money is dead money, or it's going to be working money. You have to put it somewhere. If not, I promise you, it will go somewhere. And a lot of people, if you look in your bank account, if you look in your shoebox, if you look in your wallet, if you look at that money and believe that that's all you're ever going to have, and that's what you're saving on to, I promise you, there will be something that's going to come along that definitely is going to dry it up. It's not going to save you. It's not going to help you. Straight up. It's not going to help you.
And so even this past summer, through your mentorship, Andrew, and watching certain things, it's like it's always been about cash flow, folks.
That's it.
They got us up here trying to amass these large amount of money or cash, whatever else. That's to the benefit to the financial system. Yeah. What you need to do is be focused on cash flow. Yeah. And with crypto and some of these non-traditional plays, it's creating cash flow, and cash flow is what gets you more choices. I'm going to put it that way. It gets you more choices. And the more choices you have, the more ways you can move. And when you have fewer choices, is when you have this, that's when depression comes on. That's when stress.
Talk to him, Jamal. Talk to him, JT.
And I'm telling you again, remember, I'm married with 10 children. I know about these things. I know what I'm talking about. We standing over here. My children are doing well. Could they be doing better? Yeah. In my opinion, if all of them listen to me kind of like one of my children does, they would be very well set up in a short period of time. But, it's dad and dad's this, that, and the other. They've seen it all. So, it's another one of those deals, dads. Yeah.
and you know what? This is different. This opportunity that you're talking about is different. It doesn't take all of the blood and the sweat and the tears and all the work that a lot of people have to put in. And then what happens is it eliminates of you putting money into something. So now people can have that in their head of like, oh, wow, I don't have to put money into this, and there's certain other things that you can put money into. I'm pretty sure, right, JT? If you needed to invest, for those who like to invest, is there another way that they possibly can put money into part of it?
Not into this play. Not into this play.
So it's all cash.
What you would do is put a little more time, and then you would start to leverage others. And literally, when you work out the numbers, because again, it's a big ticket item. In normal network marketing, you got so many different levels, and there's so many small increments that's paid out that it takes you 10 organization of a minimum of 10,000 in order to make 5 figures. Well, guess what? Literally, because this is a big ticket item, and because they don't pay out that many levels, literally with a team of three, you would have life-changing opportunity with three people doing one sale a week.
Mm.
It would change, it will not just change your life, it will change your great grandchildren's lives.
What are some of those numbers like that, JT, that you
You know
probably
what?
I know you're a numbers fan, and I
I
know.
don't want to make any sort of claims over here. All I can say is if you're really interested in figuring out, and I'm gonna give you the other background stuff, that is why this is a good play. But because people are going to plug in however they plug in, whatever that case may be.
Mhm.
But the thing you have to realize, folks, is that they have known for decades,
Mhm.
plural, decades, that
Mhm.
our electrical grid is outdated and inadequate.
Mm.
They have already stated that. So there is a push, and there are laws that are being passed. It's already passed in California. I think Florida is working on a law where there's going to be a requirement for people to have solar on their homes.
Wow.
And that allows for you to be, that allows you to position yourself to become self-sufficient. Okay,
Yeah.
electric wise. Yeah, of course, you'll have the added expense of doing, one of the Tesla battery walls or two if you're looking at trying to generate and have backup electricity and certain other things, but you don't have to do all of that, initially, because
Yeah.
during the day, you're overproducing, or the system should be overproducing more electricity than you actually need. You're selling a little bit back to the grid if you have that capacity in your particular area. And then at night, when your demand is lower, then you might be drawing off of the grid a little bit. But it serves to offset. So, like in our example, we had a $5 savings
Mm.
um, for, based upon our current bill. And that's the other thing. If you're in the Columbus, Ohio, Central Ohio area, if you are an AEP customer, American Electric Power customer in Ohio, they are increasing their rates by 28% in May.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Mayor Jim. And so again, people are looking at this. It's a timing thing. So you got the infrastructure is just garbage, and people know that. You got a plan to be a little more self-sufficient, if not totally self-sufficient.
Mhm.
And then you've got laws that are going into place with the different states that probably coincide with additional credits and whatever else in order to get these systems done.
Mm.
So, there's normally no out of pocket expense to folks. And over the long run, they are saving, you know, more than $100,000 in cost and energy cost over 30 years. 30 years. The bottom line on one of the analysis we did today, me and Don, it showed that the current client is paying, maybe $180 a month, right?
Mhm.
Of course, they're going to be hit with the 28% if they use the same energy as they did last year with the 28% increase. And remember, it's a normal increase of anywhere from like 3 to 5% a year is what it normally is. But
Okay.
they're doing a one-time 28. Who knows whether they go back to the 3 to 5 or if they're going to come up with another one, because again, we got all the other things that are going on in the world and the inflation and everything else, you
Mhm.
know. But over the time frame, they said in 30 years, that $180 electric bill that they're used to paying now, in 30 years, that's over $750.
Mm.
$750 a month, because that's the way inflation works. And of course, wages aren't catching up to that though either. But with
Yeah.
that 28% increase on a 128 or $180 bill, that means now they're paying $230 a month on
It's,
average, compared to, folks, you're going to have to do something. And if you could do it and it doesn't take any extra money out of your
yeah.
pocket,
I
And
would be
then if
doing
you
that.
could do it and your cost actually goes down,
Yeah,
a little bit, or if it's close to it, because even with, being within like $20, $30, we blowing that on, coffee at Starbucks for the month. It makes it doable because over the long term, you won't have that bill whatsoever.
yeah,
And then it increases, in most cases, it increases the value of your home now.
yeah, yeah,
And it can cause your home to sell faster
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Because people are more familiar, the technology's a whole lot better. You don't have the liens. So the new homeowners just assume the loan. But guess what? If you plan on paying, selling your house in the next couple years anyway, and you decide to do this, now that's probably a pretty good reason just to pocket all of the,
get some money in your pocket.
you know,
Get it.
and put it to work as the leverage show is trying to tell you to do. Whatever, but we got choices now, folks.
Yeah,
Don't sleep on the fact that Lambo is taking this time when he don't have to.
yeah,
He really don't have to, but because he has to in the aspect of who his creator is and who he answers to. That's the only reason.
yeah.
But normally, for folks right now, Lambo ought to be in the Maldives, the Shelleys,
Oh,
somewhere.
no, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I was doing earlier before me and you talk, right before me and you talk. I had a little downtime, maybe an hour. I got to my desk and me and you were talking. And we're talking about numerous of things when you got on. But I had posted on where I was going to surprise my wife and stuff like that on the next trip, right? And I'm laughing because you're saying Maldives and all that. It was an island. I ain't gonna say where it was at. But I'm already thinking like, okay, who else I want to invite as well to here. So I was already thinking of who am I gonna invite here to as well to bless people, man. So hey, y'all stay tuned and stuff like that. It'll be probably an all expense paid trip on Lambo. So y'all keep in mind, man. We out here, man, to help change lives, man. And if we can, man, it's gonna be a blessing, man. And that's what we want to do. I mean, our whole job, JT, is to bless people and give this information out so people can level up and level up their family, level up their generation. This opportunity that you're talking about right here, not only is it helping get people out of debt and save money, but it's allowing people to level up on a whole nother level. For some of y'all who are out here who are thinking about this or you're on the fence, I would reach out to Jamal Titus. Have a conversation. What is the conversation? And I'm telling you, it may be the best decision that you will ever make in your life. For if it's not you, for someone else that you may love who may truly need this, that's not going to be able to weather the blows of inflation coming down the pipe.
And right now, there's 98 million homes in this country, and only 2% of them have solar. 2%, folks. And by 2035,
Yeah.
2035, they expect that to be at 40%.
Wow.
40% by 2035. It's a timing thing, folks.
Yeah.
And there's no high pressure sales. We ain't saying you got to do this, you got to do that, and the deal only lasts for the next 15.
Yeah.
It is not normal
Yeah.
home improvement sales. Just like I'm softly explaining a lot of this stuff to you right now, it is a solar educational company. We're going to share some things about new technology, about new possibilities, dealing with the finances. Unfortunately, the interest rate on the financing went up to 3.99% last week.
Yes.
And you got to expect interest rates are going to go up, But again, we know on the leverage show, there's still cheap money out there. And that's still cheap money right there. But guess what? If you decide to get a system and you do some referrals, you might be able to have your thing paid off if you do one referral a month for, let's say 2 years. But this is a long-term play. This is not a fast by night. It's not a startup. Like I said, it's in the top 3 of solar installation companies. I found out when the guy came out to do my audit, he was training the guy, but he flew in from Portland, Oregon,
Okay.
and he's in charge of quality. What is it called? Quality. Oh, I can't remember. It'll come to me. But he was sharing with me that he had been in solar. He had worked for Tesla Solar for
Okay.
9 years, and then he had been with this new company for 2 years. And at this company, the reason why their growth is because they have a lot of former Tesla employees that used to work in the field. So not just there ain't just some bean counters doing this stuff. These folks know what they're doing. And
Yeah.
Tesla too. When it comes to manufacturing this stuff, Tesla is the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
But them trying to do the installation and that customer service, and I found out a story about that, which I'm not going to repeat because I can't verify.
Yeah.
But that's where their challenge is. But they're very good at manufacturing. They manufacture that vehicle, they manufacture in the panels, they manufacture, I think they got the very best wall battery out of anybody on the planet. But it takes the folks who know the ins and out, who's out in the field, to really know what the challenges are and where their money needs to be spent and everything else. But they're looking to, pay out $1 billion. And between the companies, huh?
They're looking to pay out $1 billion in what retrospect, JT?
I
I'm
think
curious to know this.
the time frame, I want to say, I know that they want to do it again in less than 24 months. Okay. But I'll say this, because there was some network marketers, and I'm not going to say the company, came over, but since June, because they have their regular installation side that does some of their sales and whatever else, but they specifically decided to partner with this marketing company, which that's what we're partnered with.
Okay.
And through this experience, there's 18 years of proven solar experience on both parties. But one person since June, as they added this other part, built a team of over 5,000. And I could say that they did an event last weekend, and I could be wrong on this, but the total quote unquote sales force or referral marketing force for where we work is only like 8,000 people.
Wow.
So they need people, folks. They need the referrals. They need the warm market. You need to get educated truthfully, because there's been a lot of bad experiences. There's been a lot of bad installations. The performance on some of the other older panels are not as good. But again, as we know, when it comes to cell phones and computers, technology quickly changes. And
Yes.
if you're not in a position to pivot and move with the change, you're going by the way of the dinosaur.
Yeah.
So, folks, I'm going to say this right now. We're going to continue to talk a bit. But, Lambo, if you could put my email address,
I'm
the
putting it up
email
right
address
now for you, JT.
is Faluke Unlimited LLC at gmail.com. Faluke Unlimited LLC at gmail.com. I need your first and last name. I need your telephone number and your email address.
Here is it
And
on
you
the
just say,
screen right here.
yeah.
Spelled just like this. Faluke.
Just like that. Faluke actually means in God's hands.
Yep.
And that was the name of one of the children that we actually lost. Even though we had 10, not all of Tammy's pregnancies, not all of our pregnancies actually were viable. Tammy was pregnant actually 14 times, but she was able to carry 10 to term. But it's in God's hands, unlimited. And I need your first and last name. I need your telephone number. and I need your email address. And then I'll start to send you information from there, and then we can have a discussion. We could do a Zoom if need be. But that's it. And it's a really simple process, and you get in however you want to fit in. But on the basic level, if you just want to do the referrals where you can make up to $1,000, then that's all you, that's the initial point of engagement.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to go past that, guess what? There's more money to be made. This is a big ticket item. I guess the average cost of the system, when they base the numbers, is on a system that costs $35,000. You know, again, it's along the lines of buying a house, buying a car. This is something that's added to the value of your home. It's going to add to the value of your electricity and all that other sort of stuff. Because in a lot of cases, like in Ohio, we're paying something like I forget how many cents per kilowatt hour. But there are other states, and we're in 30 states. I should mention that. We're in 30 states and growing. And even though we're in 30 states, it does not mean that we cover the entire state. So one of the things that I found out here since I've been in is I'm originally from Pittsburgh. Yeah. Well, through our system, we show that there was one installation outside of Pittsburgh. But guess what? When I went and did a quote, tried to do analysis for one of my friends, they're not doing business in Pittsburgh at the moment. They're doing all the business in Pennsylvania on the eastern Pennsylvania side.
Oh, wow.
So
wow.
Harrisburg, Philadelphia, that's where they're doing all the business. They're not doing anything in Western PA, but that is going to be changing soon. That is going to be changing soon. So it's just a matter of time because, again, people are going to need this. The government is giving incentives towards getting this done because, again, now the government don't have to spend the money on trying to tear up and redo the infrastructure. That costs even more money. When you have to tear something up and then replace it, it costs more than just installing something brand new.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why not give it to the American public, folks? And again, some of these other incentives that they do.
Yeah.
So literally.
Yeah. Take advantage of it, y'all.
Take advantage of it. Whatever you can do. Again, if you only want to do one sale every 3 months, nobody's looking over your shoulder. You ain't going to have a boss. It's a part-time job in the aspect of, you do what you do and there's a set task to be done, but you ain't got no auto ship. You ain't got to go to no events. You ain't got, we going to get you. Nah, It ain't that type of party. You figure out what you want, what your family needs, how you want to engage, and you engage. And I'm telling you, of course you'll be on my team anyway, in some form or fashion, but you ain't going to hear none of that stuff from me.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say, again, whatever you decide you want to do, you do. Whatever assistance I can give you and helping you to make that happen, I'm going to give it to you.
Good.
Now, if you don't want to do it, don't say you want to do stuff and then you really don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know, I see, as Lambo said, I see the numbers, I see the trend, I see what's going on out here. This is a tremendous opportunity. Tremendous. And it's going to last well over a decade. It's going to last well over a decade. Let me say that again. It's going to last well over a decade because, again, after a certain point, the way that technology goes, folks are going to be ready for an upgrade, people.
Yeah.
That's the way that it works.
Bruh.
So you really have an opportunity to pass something on to your legacy.
Mm.
But if that's not something that you're interested in, you don't have to do. There's a lot of things, again, unlimited. Every single month, if not every other week, there is something new that Lambo's got somebody on and new information being shared. And that's the purpose of this program. So do not feel like you're going to miss out on anything. You're not going to miss out on anything. Let me say that again. You figure out what you want, how you want to get it, how you want to engage, and see if this is for you. Get more information. Then you make a determination. And a lot of people, it's not going to say, no, I don't want to do that. Okay. I'm going to ask you, you know, a couple homeowners. I'll kick you something. If you don't want to be involved, I'll kick you something directly out of my pocket.
Yeah.
You know, but that's how these things go. And you're not going to run out of the opportunities. You're not, folks.
Right.
You're not. You can't. As long as you stay plugged into the Leverage Show, it ain't going to happen. Now you might not be able to get in because of the resources or the lack of resources. So even the one play I know a few weeks back, Lambo mentioned that it dropped from 12 grand to 5,000.
Yeah.
You know, 5K. Okay. If you need to get the 5, maybe that's all you want to do out of this is get the 5K. Let's help you get the 5K.
This is an opportunity to help you get
and to give you the proper expectation, it could take up to 90 days for the full installation to happen.
Okay.
So they do pay a little bit of money up front, but they pay the bulk of it once the install is happened. From what I understand, Don has been a part of the install that happened within 3 weeks, but we got to say 90 days because since you got to get permits from the city, there's a lot of moving pieces, and depending upon where you're at, guess what? There's still systems in Pennsylvania that are not computerized.
Wow.
So you may run into that situation. It's going to take a little bit longer. Whereas, you might be used to, like I was, setting up my business in Ohio. It's just a matter of going to a website and then printing some stuff off or downloading some information. Well, guess what? My daughter's in Pittsburgh. When she went to do that, she had to go in. She couldn't do it online. It literally took, and they were backed up. It was supposed to take like 90 days or something, and I think she was able to get it done in about 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay.
Because she just had the favor. Folks. But again, I need an email to my email address with your first and last name, your telephone number,
and Unlimited
your email
at gmail.com. It's right here on the screen, spelled just like it. FOLUKE Unlimited LLC at gmail.com. And what again do they must have again, JT?
They must have their first and last name. I prefer the cell phone number, email address. And that's all that I need because I plug it into the system and it's going to send you some information. And then we can follow up with a call from there and certain other things. But again, I'm not wasting anybody's time. It won't take up a whole lot of your time. You get it to the, the video and the information at your leisure. And, we just keep it moving.
I like that. I like that because what do people have to? People have to bring nothing to the table but their time, JT.
Their time and their relationships.
Wow.
Their time and their relationships.
For someone out there, this Leverage Show, this is what it's here for. This information right here, life-changing, a lucrative passive income, or what we call automated income. Because passive income means you have to put in a little bit of work. And this is a passive income, means you have to put in a little bit of work. It's the difference between automated income, passive income. So this is passive income. You're going to have to put some work in. But this work will allow you to either get yourself in a better position in life, no matter where that is, at no cost. At no cost. What do you have to lose? And you got somebody like Jamal Titus, you got Don LeBoom, you got some great people who are advisors and great wisdom people that you guys can lean on to be able to go ahead and help coach and guide you through this experience. That way, it's an easy transition for you. Faluke Unlimited LLC at gmail.com. It's right there on the screen. Let this be your opportunity to be the bridge for many more opportunities in your life. Anything else you would love to add about this, JT?
No, just the fact that, with the way the economy is going and certain things are drying up, and you got, chat GPT and AI that's taking up whatever. These are the types of things that, are other options to help supplement, to help ease the pain. But folks, as Lambo said earlier, there's no way that we're doing business as usual.
Not the same.
Business as usual,
It's
you
over.
might as well forget about pre-pandemic. It's gone. It's over. You need to be able to adjust and pivot. And I heard over a decade ago, and the first time I heard this was a quote by Dr. Calvin Mackey, who's actually the older brother of actor Anthony Mackey. And so what he said was, and he was quoting somebody else, the new economy or the new way people are moving is those who can learn, unlearn, and relearn are the ones that are going to make it, folks.
Facts.
So you got to be able to learn, unlearn this stuff. You got to go back, which is probably part of the hardest thing to do because we creatures of habit. And then we need to relearn.
Say it again, because Blue Sky gonna put that out there in the chat, stuff like that. You know her ping game gonna be on it, man. You even got to worry about it. If not, Kennard Haney gonna go ahead and beat it. But this is what the Leverage Show is about: is being able to present these opportunities for someone who may be out there, or they may know someone. For somebody who may know someone, this could be the opportunity. You may know someone who may need this break on their house, may need this break on their life, or even bring the opportunity of being able to be in position to make a little extra money on referrals. This would be that opportunity that they need. Faluke Unlimited LLC at gmail.com. Please send over all your information. Make sure you send them a smiley face and say, hey, Jamal Titus, I seen this on the Leverage Show, and I truly and everything, man, want to be a part of this. Or I know someone who may want to be a part of it. And especially if you live in the cities of Illinois, New Jersey, and South Carolina, you better be calling. I mean, you better be.
Top, even Florida, even California, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Georgia, I don't know all of Texas. But we just need to check. But if you put in the subject matter, just put Leverage Show Family. Leverage Show Family in the subject line, and then your first and last name, telephone number, and email address. And, we'll get it to you. Somebody on my team will get it to you. And guess what? The folks on the team is already a part of the community here. So you'll be familiar and heard some of their names. So, and it ain't just about me, because folks, again, the more people you have with you, that community, you got to practice what you preach.
Yes,
you got to show. And we got too many people that have talked. They talk a good game. They talk. But as Lambo mentioned earlier, it's like, if you just show up, if you just conduct yourself as what I'm going to call a well-behaved child of God, you ain't got to say a word, because folks are going to be so salty or so thirsty because of that salt, and so attracted to that light being so different. They're going to say, well, what's going on over here? What you got going on? Why didn't you cuss them out? When they came at you that way, why didn't you do? And then that's your opportunity. They need to see. That's why the word had to become flesh and dwelt among us.
Yeah.
We didn't understand just the words that were being spoken. We needed to see the actions.
We needed to see
it
out
again,
of its form.
For us, that's what, in my opinion, has been missing, is the actions. If you do the actions, what they say, your actions speak louder than your words, or I can't hear your words because of your action.
Yeah.
I forget
Yeah.
what it was. But
You know,
that's the way it is, folks.
I always use this saying, man, to my wife, man. And I use this is saying that I use. I say, man, I tell my kids, go tell your mom, don't duck daddy. You understand? And some people been ducking God. They've been ducking what God has been doing in their life. And some opportunities like this is something that you don't want to duck. You may want to go on ahead and say, you know what, I need to take advantage of this. I've been ducking, man, me really getting out there, me really trying, scared of failure, scared of if it may not work, scared of, oh, I've been into this, I've been into that. You guys are in a new season. Ladies and gentlemen, you are in a new season. If you're in a new day, you're in a new time, try something different. Try something that you may have never tried. You don't know what may be the golden ticket, or what I call is the bridge that allows you to help many others' lives, not just yourself. And this may be that opportunity that you may need. And you heard it here first on the Leverage Show. Now, when they go and post it in all the other groups and it goes all out, I want people to know, man, hey, man, y'all heard it here first on the Leverage Show. We wanted to give you guys first access to this. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this too. Sometimes it doesn't make sense for people.
Yeah.
The cost might not be. And again, it is not that type of party.
Yeah.
And I've run into one situation so far where it didn't initially make sense. But guess what? After AEP decided to do that increase, we
It's
found out a week later, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
But there's no pressure. It's for homeowners. They have to be on the title. At least one of the person who's doing it has to be on the title. But yeah, it's just a very interesting thing and opportunity. And again, being connected to this community,
Yeah.
and having the right mentality is what drew this
Yeah.
to our community. Because it ain't, this ain't about me.
Yeah.
It's not. And a lot of the information that I come across is about benefiting others.
Yeah.
And as long as you have that attitude, folks, I'm gonna tell you, and as long as you stay plugged in, even if you go back and look over the past year of the programs here on the Leverage Show, there's more stuff. And I even had to do with it. I wanted to join everything. Well, I ain't got it like that. I ain't got it like that yet. I can't join everything. So I got to pick and choose how I move, folks. I got to pick and choose. And there's nothing wrong with picking and choosing, because as long as you choosing and moving, then you're progressing. Are there going to be some L's there too? Yes, there's going to be some L's.
You got to take
Guess what? Are you going to be disappointed? Yes.
Yeah.
But don't run to discouragement and don't waddle in discouragement. This program gives you hope. If nothing else, you go back and you look. And I'm going to dare say, you look at my first videos back on the Facebook Lives, you ought to know that there's hope for you. Because before, I think Revenue was imitating me one time. He was like, Mom, Jamal used to be all like this.
Yeah.
Kept pushing his glasses up. And he said, and then one day it was like, Jamal, that's Jamal. But again, it took Revenue, a young guy, that introduced and said to Lambo, hey, you need to do some of this stuff on social media. I'm not a big social media person. You see all this cray? I'm old school. I want to do stuff kneecap to kneecap with people. But guess what? I got to learn, unlearn, relearn, and move forward.
Yes.
And I still need to improve on new content on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I'm still not as consistent as I ought to be. And as y'all can see, I can talk and I got a lot to say.
Yeah.
And folks, when y'all really get into some of my story and you start to understand how the favor of God works, and just the stuff that I knew and seen. And that's part of the reason why when I met Lambo, and he said, okay, and this is the cost at a discounted rate, I just had to say, I'm looking at some stuff. I'm like, this young man can teach me some stuff.
Yeah.
Education is subject specific.
And when got your money, I went got your money within the first month, 2 months. It wasn't even. It's like, man, dude, we're gonna get this money back for you. I want you to know we're gonna get this money back to you. That's nothing. But it's about the knowledge and the wisdom. And I do believe that this opportunity is one of those that brings knowledge and wisdom and an opportunity for those who truly desire to have this out. I think that this is one of those that, Jamal, that I'm telling you, getting out to the right hands will change people's generation's life for a lifetime. For a lifetime, man. If you can understand it, just put the work into it. I really want to stress that. If you do not put the work into it with anything, I don't care if it's a marriage, I don't care if it's a job, I don't care if it's you're fixing on something or doing some yard work outside. You have to put the work in. You cannot escape the work, the 4-letter word. Heck, even God had to put the work in when he was creating the world. So there was some work that needed to be put in. And this is where y'all need to fall into putting work in. Get out of here and come see it. Come do it, man. This is what we're about. Shout out to, I see someone in the comments, Sanjay Jones. Sanjay Jones. It looks like you have been, well, shout out to you on the Leverage Show. I think this is your second time being on here on this Leverage Show. So I know you by the way of Kennard Haney, my guy Ken for the win. So shout out to you, Sanjay Jones. Welcome back to the Leverage Show. Hopefully, like I said, this is one of many more great episodes that you will catch. And also this opportunity with Jamal Titus. Hopefully, hey, you know somebody that can definitely take advantage of that and really do some things. So shout out to you on that. Kennard Haney says it was Don LaPlume's corporate attorney who told Don he should look at solar for his clients. When Don did his due diligence, he decided he needed to sell solar himself. So he did it, and now he's doing it big. Shout out to you, Don LaPlume, on that.
Yeah. And not only that, he got even a greater insight when he went to the event last weekend in Orlando. He was sharing with me. He was like, he knew it was kind of this, that, and the other, because, again, for them to quadruple, and I could be wrong on what, if I'm remembering what Don was telling me, he said when the company itself quadruples in size, that still does not give them 1% of the total market.
Wow.
Hear me, folks? When the company quadruples, that does not show up as it does not even show up as 1% of the total market share that is out there.
Wow.
This is a real opportunity and timing wise. So again, we just have to decide whether we want to engage or not. And I'm purposely not telling you the actual name because that's part of the work that you're going to have to do. But when I get your, you send the information, you will have all the names and everything. You want to know exactly what it is and who it is. And then you could also do your due diligence as to, me talking about the 99.75% customer satisfaction rating and everything else. But these folks, they done figured it out. And it's interesting because, this is why we can't do it alone, is because different people have different. I'm looking at Ken's comments too. Man. I know. We don't need these traumatic flashbacks, Ken.
And Ken, you just made me put my head down. I don't know why he comes. Me and Jamal, we remaining serious on this note. Ken throws his up. Rest in peace, Absolute Markets, E-Mini FX, and etc. and all the rest of them. We can keep going with all the rest of them. But yes, rest in peace. And
they've all been learning experience.
They've been learning experience. They've been lessons. And they have been one of those things that a lot of people, man, have definitely learned a lot of them. And that's why we have shifted even more. Absolute, well, not even Absolute. It was really FX Master Gold. Absolute was actually bankrupt and crippled by the fall of FX Master Gold and that copy trade system that just dramatically went down from someone sabotaging that. But we will say this, the opportunities that we're bringing now, or the opportunities that people are a part of now, have more, way lower risk and a better return longevity wise. Like if you look ahead, you can look longevity wise. This project's going to be here 10 years, 20 years, 30. It's going to be here for the long run. It's going to help improve civilization. It's going to help improve mankind. That's what we want to hold in on. You know, now we've got projects, and Jamal knows, I won't even go into some of the projects we have coming out, but we got projects that blow that out of the water. Absolute Markets and E-Mini FX out of the water. I'm talking about within 1 day, we'll blow it out of the water. Out of the water. And y'all see, y'all was getting 15% from Absolute Markets a week. So keep tapped in, man, to what we're doing. Trust me.
Stay close to the leverage show. And I'm gonna put this out there, Andrew, because you know at some sort of point you're gonna have to put on a conference.
Yeah, I am.
Get everybody in the room together.
I am. I'm definitely. So I'm out there. I told you I was out there in Baltimore and DC this weekend. And shout out to Larry the Lion and his wife T and BOJ and his wife Jasmine, man, the whole crew. But what it was when we were out there, we got a chance to experience some great Black excellence out there, and us moving like we were moving. And I told you this on the show Tuesday. People still dressing up and going places. The place like the Rusty Scupper, you gotta go. That in that. The Inner Harbor in Baltimore, which they do a great jazz brunch, and then the Black Swan, which is an amazing restaurant. You gotta go. What another one that we got a chance to go to was Pappy's. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Pappy's is another one in Baltimore. You got to go. It's another Black-owned restaurant. Pappy's Kitchen or something like that. I gotta get it what it is. But the excellence that people were on display prompted me to make sure that we put this together, because I want to see people in an entirety be able to really move forward in the conference and doing what we need to do to keep pushing the community forward. I told you, we were staying at 5-star hotels that when I usually walk in, you know, Lambo and my wife, we're usually the only Black ones. You may see a few other minorities. That's it. We walk up in there this time. I'm like, whoa, hold on. Me and my wife, we looking around. Are they giving away rooms around here? Do we know what they're giving away? We're laughing because at this point, we're seeing something that we were not used to accustomedly seeing. And we have lived in many different cities and travel. That's what we want to get to, you guys. We want to get to y'all on this show to being able to take advantage of opportunities like that, being able to enjoy opportunities like that for a lifetime, not just for a season, not just for a moment, for a lifetime. And so the conference is coming, and we're gonna make sure that we put a lot of information into it and some great people who are going to be able to pour into you guys' lives, and you'll be able to take something home from that. So that's all I really wanted to say and everything, man, about that, JT. To piggyback, go ahead. I'm so sorry. I know what you mean about getting more videos up, Jay Ford, man. Jay Ford, get them videos up, man. Get them videos up, man. In that YouTube, you already know, man, what time it is, man. That's what we're here for. We want to make sure that you guys are out here. This community teaches you how to view finances yourself and look into the mirror. Yes, take ownership.
And even Blue Sky was talking about a meet and greet. You know, we've been interacting as a community online, but once
Yeah,
again, it's going to go to another level when we're able to see each other face to face
brother.
and give a hug, give a handshake, whatever, probably more so hugs as to what's going on.
JT, you know how happy I was when I first seen you, man. And I got to go to this. No disrespect to anybody else. I love all of y'all, but it was so happy to first see JT and really hug him and really talk with him because we had met, through COVID. So we were like literally on over video Zoom and everything else.
Yeah.
And then he started the minister program in that. But when I first got a chance to hug him and say, man, dude, I'm so proud of you, man. And see his family and talk with them and, see so many different people like that. That blessed my life because I'm seeing the impact giving hands down where most people, everybody I did mentorship with even before that, I've always physically been in their presence somewhere along the line, physically met up or whatever the case may be. And then they left there and they started doing great business elsewhere. So we've been ecstatic about that. I want people to know that when you guys are part of this leverage show, we're going to do stuff that you guys are definitely going to be able to physically meet up, see each other, get the chance to hang out and enjoy it, man. And like with Kennard Haney, did you get the crab cakes, Lambo? Bruh, we got more crab in Baltimore. I'm not lying to you. We got more crab in Baltimore than we ever got, man, just about anywhere. So shout out to you for that because that was just too much and stuff like that, man. We was in there, man, with crab galore. We actually had a crab lobster, a stuffed crab lobster. I'm telling you, man, it was a stuffed crab lobster from this thing called Pappy Cuisine, Papi Cuisine, Pappy's Cuisine. Y'all check that out. They even had a crab egg roll there. That was the bomb. That crab egg.
Hold on. So you said a stuffed crab lobster. Would that be in the same family as a turducken?
It's almost at the same family as a turducken, man. I gotta send y'all some pictures of this stuff. I'm gonna post some more. Well, I post the pictures and everything, man, on Instagram. But I didn't get a chance to post the food pictures like that part. And I'm gonna post pictures of San Diego too as well from that trip from California.
I remember, and this has got to be at least 15 years ago, maybe even 20. My sister was telling me that we were getting a turducken for Thanksgiving. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you're lying.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of no turducken.
Big
and then she went on to explain what it was, right? And I'm like, I'm just cracking up, Lambo. I'm like, this is crazy. But guess what? The first taste of that bad boy.
The bomb, man. I'm telling you what I know. The bomb, man. Don't get me started.
That stuffed crab lobster sound like. I'm trying to envision.
Stuffed crab lobster was the bomb. I'm telling you what I know. Baltimore had it on lock. I'd never seen, man. They had more, and this is the truth. Y'all on the leverage show, I ain't gonna lie. They had more black folks around there doing everything possible that they could do. I said, oh my God, everywhere I look, I thought of back home in New Orleans. I said, man, everywhere I look, I'm seeing it. It was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. And now, you get a chance to meet people, but really kind of enjoy that. And then I had what they call us the half and half out there. They half and half. You know what that is, JT?
What's that?
Hey, ask Ken what a half and half is. Ken gonna know what a half and half. Ken gonna know what a half and half is, man. I'm trying to tell you that right now. Ken gonna tell you about Baltimore's half and half, man. I'm telling you what I know now. He gonna tell you about what a half and half is. Real Baltimore people know what a half and half is. And they did send us on a mission out there, though. I gotta say this, JT. They sent us over to go get some fried chicken. Now in New Orleans, we got a spot called Willie Mays or T. Eva's. They make the best fried chicken, hands down. They make the best fried chicken, hands down, bro. You go in the city, Willie Mays or T. Eva's, right? And I'm gonna say this. Baltimore came out there and they brought us to this place called, they set me and my wife up. They told us to go to the place called Hip Hop Chicken. Let me tell y'all something this right now, bro. And this is the truth. This is a true story on the Leverage Show. If you go to Hip Hop Chicken, carry your pistol with you. Carry your knife with you. Carry something that you're going to need to protect yourself with you when you walk up in there, because we pulled up. My wife, I'm not going to lie to you. You're on the Leverage Show. I'm going to make sure and everything, man, that you already know what's going on. We pull up in there. Now, it's a Sunday morning. This before we did the Rusty Scupper, which is on the Island Harbor in the downtown area and everything, man, of Baltimore, right? I mean, literally, our hotel was right across. We stayed at the Royal Sonesta right there in the downtown area. So the Hip Hop Chicken, they wanted us to go there and order the Hip Hop Chicken fried, right? But not just that. They wanted us to order the chicken and the fish and tell them that we want extra crack on it. Extra crack. Do you know how hard, when I was listening to people say that, I said, man, ain't no possible way. Ain't no possible way I'm getting ready to order extra crack on chicken. And I'm saying like literally, I'm not lying to you. This is literally a thing. They wanted to order extra crack on the chicken. And I said, why in the world would I want to order crack? I said, that ain't even in my mind. They said, no, this is what we say. This is real. They don't know what the seasoning is, so they call it crack. I said, y'all gotta have better names than that. And we went to Hip Hop Chicken. I'm not lying. Y'all can Google it up, man, if you want to. We went to Hip Hop Chicken. We ordered the chicken. The chicken really wasn't all that hot. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. And we had to order extra crack on the chicken, which blew our minds because we got it and all it tastes like was lemon pepper and they put a little other seasoning in there. I say, so y'all in here running over lemon seasoning and you got me out here acting like this. Now, I told this story and y'all hearing it for the first time. While we're in there, remember, we're in a hood spot now in Baltimore. We're off of Druid Park and like Pennsylvania or something like that. So we're in the hood, man. If anybody know where that intersection is, and that Hip Hop Chicken is right there. I lied not to you, JT. When I'm ordering this meal, and I'm sitting in there, I look at the person. There was only one person when I first walked in there. By the time I'm ordering this, I look back, there's about like 10 people behind me, right? Now, I'm saying this out loud. I say, yeah, put extra crack on there. The guy was like, okay, he's a foreign guy. Okay, gotcha, extra crack. And I look, there's 10 people behind me. At least 5 of them in line look like they really on the real crack. They're not, I'm not exaggerating. And I'm looking, I say, hold on, time out. I just said this. And the guy, he's looking behind me, his teeth knocked out of his mouth and everything else. And he's telling me, he said, yeah, that crack is good. And I'm about to fell out there. I lost it at that point. Lambo lost it. My wife don't know what's going on. She's outside in the car. And I'm sitting there like, I'm in here saying I want extra crack. And somebody who looks like they may have been basing with crack is saying that crack is really good. Yeah, man, get that crack on there too. And I'm sitting there like, oh my goodness, this right here, that was the weirdest thing I ever had to do. And I'm sitting in there, man, as I remember standing in line, waiting for my chicken and my fish with extra crack on there. And I'm hearing the people who were behind me saying, what are we going to do after this? And they rubbing their hands together and they moving back and forth. And I sit there and I said, God, please don't let this be no crack on it. Like this.
Oh, man.
So please, whatever you say, I'm just going to tell you this right now. Baltimore, I love y'all, but we got to get some new names for that. The half and half was half lemonade, half tea. That wasn't no ordinary half lemonade, half tea. That half lemonade, half tea, JT, I'm not lying to y'all, tastes like Kool-Aid. Don't y'all remember the movie in House Party when the little boy was pouring the sugar in the Kool-Aid and they was walking out the door, Tisha Campbell and other, I can't remember the other chick right now. They walking out the door and the little boy pouring the sugar in there and she said, boy, y'all gonna make somebody catch diabetes in here. That was my thought when I seen and tasted that half and half. It came in a big old container. And the container ain't mixed. The container is all one container in there. And I said, Lord, you're going to have to pray for me because I don't know what's in this mixture. This mixture, what we call it jungle juice or mud water in the South. That looked like mud water they got going on in this mixture. And they said, yeah, this is the half and half. Then you get it. So me and my wife, we didn't taste it outside. We got a big half and half outside. I felt like if I was a diabetic at that moment, either it would have spiked my levels up all the way up or I would have went instantly into a diabetic coma. It was either one or the other. It's either one or the other. It was that sweet. That's a different level of sweetness for that. Listen, that half and half, y'all got to do something with that. Y'all got to make a light version for the people from out of town. You understand? Y'all can't be making stuff that tastes and everything, man, like Kool-Aid. We still making it back in our hood. I can't do that. You got to cut it down with water for that half and half, man. But that it was good. It was different. It was good, but you just got to break it down for me, man. At that point, yeah. I done went on with my rant. Yes, JT, a meet and greet and family reunion conference would be awesome. Thank you, Blue Sky. We definitely going to be on that. We're going to be making sure that we get it together, man. What a nice meet and greet, man, and a nice conference, man. That way we can let y'all guys all get together and meet and really do some more stuff, man, in there. Can't wait to the Leverage Show conference, Ken. We really can't wait, man. Shout out to you, man, for that. It's on and popping, man. I promise you that. LA Law says, yes. Oh, LA Law, we coming. You better believe we coming and everything, man. You ain't got to worry about that. We making it do what it do. Freddie B, my guy in the house, in the building, man, showing love and everything, man, with the Florida Lee sign, man. Yes, sir, that turducken, man. He knows it. He already knows.
Change your life.
It'll change your life, man. That turducken be hitting. I'm trying to tell you, man, they make them down there in Louisiana, man, all the time. They got the big plant down there that they make it at. My wife says I have no complaints with DC or Maryland. None. Two beautiful cities. Reminded me so much of back home in New Orleans, mixed with Columbus, Ohio, mixed with Chicago. It had that flavor to it with all, even a little bit of Pittsburgh in it too. It's got that flavor of it all, man. So shout out to Baltimore for y'all going on ahead, man, and really making it special, really turning it up. And for a lot of great people, man, that we got a chance to get out there in that area and meet. Freddie B said, yeah, it's lemonade and tea, brother. It ain't no regular lemonade and tea. I don't know what that is, brother, but that's some strong tea and lemonade mixed together, man. Did y'all try the sheet crab soup? No, we didn't get it. We didn't get it. We ate so much. We did not get it at all. Please, man, we tried to get it because we were remembering so many things, and we was eating from the time we got there. I mean, the time we landed that night, going to Morton's. And if you guys ever go to Morton's Steakhouse, that Cajun ribeye is something, boy, oh my goodness. The Cajun ribeye with the cognac sauce with it. They do a cognac, they brown a cognac sauce in it that goes on top of it. Amazing. So that cognac sauce reminds me of, they do what is the name of it? A Cavassier sauce. Or at Capitol Grill. Capitol Grill does a Cavassier sauce that goes on top of the steak. That is phenomenal, man. So the cognac sauce with that particular, man, Cajun ribeye was phenomenal, amazing, man. We know we got Morton's back home, even in New Orleans, man. But I was so happy to see that there because they closed all the Morton's in Columbus when I was there. So we hadn't had a Morton's or seen a Morton's unless we travel and stuff like that. So it was good to go there, and that was just like right behind our hotel. So shout out for that and everything, man. But yeah, we're gonna try that sheep crab soup another time when we go back, man. Willie Mays, my guy Freddie B, he already know that's a hometown hero, man. He know Willie Mays is some of the best fried chicken, man, you're gonna have in New Orleans. So make sure you get to Willie Mays, man, to get you some of that, man. Dookie Chase too. Dookie Chase be going in and stuff like that. I really like them. Now, who used to have the best fried chicken, hands down, in New Orleans. They had the breast wings, but they wind up closing. Used to be the spot and everything, man, in Uptown, man, called Mr. Silver's. It was Keys Food Mart, but then Mr. Silver's was like couple doors down from that. And Mr. Silver's used to have some of the best chicken, man, hands down, in New Orleans. So shout out to that, man. If you guys get a chance to go there, Willie Mays is still open. Mr. Silver's is no longer open. I think Keys Food Mart is still open. They still selling plates out of Keys, so you guys can get some of that, man. Kenora Henny say, okay, first of all, I've been in Columbus for 15 years. Is it half and half the same as an Arnold Palmer? Yeah, half iced tea, half lemonade. That's it, man, dude. That half and half ain't changed. You could have been there, Columbus, 30 years. That half and half ain't changed. Whatever that was, we went to one spot that was trying to go to this one spot called Green's Carryout. You ever heard of that, JT?
Mm-mm.
Green's Carryout in Baltimore on Greenmont or something like that street, whatever that is. And I said, where are we going again? They said, yeah, we're going to Green's. And I said, on Greenmont. And they said, you want some salt, pepper, ketchup. You ever heard of that?
Salt, pepper, ketchup?
Salt, pepper, ketchup. That's a big thing in Baltimore. Salt, pepper, ketchup, man. Everybody get the salt, pepper, ketchup on. Salt, pepper, ketchup, what y'all talking about and stuff like that. But we know it. They got their version of salt, pepper, ketchup. And then they got DC has the mambo sauce, which you know about mambo sauce at that point. That's all it is. Now, if they would have had the mild sauce like Harold's got, man, in Chicago, we would have been talking. We would have been on. But the mambo sauce did what it needed to do, and we was definitely blessed and thankful for that. But yeah, kid, it's that half and half Arnold Palmer, man. Definitely, man, something good, man. So we was definitely shout out for that. My baby said, yeah, hip hop chicken with extra crack. That's what they wanted. Hip hop. They wanted you to order that with extra crack on it. I'd never be set up like that again. You ain't even got to worry about it. In Baltimore, we are so good, man. Don't even worry about that. Blue Sky, I'm incredibly blessed to be here. Thank you, Blue Sky. Thank you, man, for each and every single show, man. You truly bless our life. And that's what we truly want to do when we come on the show. Make sure you guys are definitely taking advantage, man, of JT. I know Freddie B, you're laughing, man. That's some serious stuff, man. That we ain't never heard of no stuff like that in our life. But it definitely is something different. Druid Park was where the R&B group Drew Hill got their name. Yes, Drew Hill is the hood. Yes, Druid Park, man. Yeah. We're gonna leave that alone and stuff like that, man. That's definitely a different area over there. But listen, we love y'all. We definitely make sure that we always respect that whole entire area, man. And Baltimore was definitely real great. When you say from B-More, the first thing they say is, I love The Wire, the best crime show ever about crack. Yeah, but man, you can't. After riding up and down Pennsylvania Avenue, that was like riding up and down Louisiana Avenue in New Orleans and stuff, or Claiborne. When we seen that, you just knew like crackheads coming all out. They Aretha Castle Haley in New Orleans, like they just, or even Martin Luther King Drive, man, passing up the mail for me. You already knew like is on. They was out and about. I'm talking about on a Sunday morning at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. They was already out. They was already out by the hundreds in the street, doing all of. My wife, she's looking at me. I'm looking at her. I said, "Well, baby, it ain't nothing we ain't seen." Let's pray for the people, man, who's out here, man, and keep going. So yeah, people do love that Wire, man. Every time they talk about it, yeah, Kennard crack, man. Unfortunately, yeah. Order you some extra crack when you go to Hip Hop Chicken next time. They ain't gonna look at you funny. They may probably follow you out to the car. So be careful out there, man. If anything, dude. Blue Sky's definitely laughing, man. My wife, she's definitely laughing. She know. I'm trying to tell you and everything, man. It's 2 stories. Canary, he said Kool-Aid in Baltimore tastes like half and half. Yes, man. That is definitely Kool-Aid, brother, that y'all got with that half and half, brother. We gonna let y'all have that half and half. I love that it was pretty good. It was just a little bit sweet for me. But boy, I'm trying to tell you that half and half can go ahead and get you right. Blue Sky say Tales from the Hood. Yes. All Tales from the Hood, man. And they should have gave Lambo a memo of that entire journey, because me and my old lady was looking at each other like, you know what? This right here, y'all to set us up for this one. Larry said those recommendations did not come from me. Shout out to Larry. They did not come from him. They actually came from people we were meeting at the airport, at the rental car place, at everywhere. People we were meeting around town. We were meeting people, man, in stores, and people were suggesting that place would be the place to actually go. And I'm sitting there looking at them. I'm like, well, man, you know, I'm not a hood type of dude like that, like that to want to be venturing off into this. But I say, hey, I go pick some chicken up and stuff like that. But you pick some chicken up in Baltimore, man, at Hip Hop Chicken, just beware, man. Tell y'all this right now. Yeah, Larry, man, has some great recommendations. There's a spot called Miss Shirley's. Have you ever heard of that? Miss Shirley's in Baltimore. If y'all get a chance to check it out, that's another good spot. A lot of these are black-owned spots. Like I say, Poppy Cuisine, the Black Swan, definitely for sure. Everybody would love that. I love it because there's a dress code recommendation going in there. You can't go in there just casual. You got to be dressed up. Very business casual, dressed up, almost to, you know, suit and tie almost. So I love that, the elegance of that place. And the dress code is more enforced later on in the daytime, going towards night. So that was a nice, good spot and everything to go to. And there's plenty of other great spots, man. Like I said, in Baltimore, man. But that's definitely not one, man. Larry didn't recommend, man. And we caught it. We caught it across the chin. It is what it is and stuff like that. No, they did not, Larry. You gave us good spots. Yes, he did. He gave us some real great spots. We ate at the, like I said, the president's spot. We ate at Old Ebbets. You ever heard of that, JT? Old Ebbets Grill. I know you're from Pittsburgh, man, but I know you're traveling. You always eat great spots.
Tammy's got family in Baltimore, but we haven't been in a very long time. We're way overdue. I think we drove through there. Probably been about 5 years since we drove through Baltimore.
Okay. Well, Old Ebbets is right across from the White House. So if you get a chance, very historic restaurant. I mean, like literally right next door to it in the Treasury. So very great and stuff like that. That Kennard is like that. Old Ebbets Grill, a classic. So yeah, we got a chance to go ahead and eat in there, man. Really good. If you guys get the pimento cheeseburger, y'all remember, let them know Lambo Drew sent y'all with that pimento cheeseburger. The grilled asparagus was the bomb in there too, man. So shout out to Old Ebbets doing that. Now, I think Larry would go ahead and second guess me about the other burgers, but we ain't gonna go there and everything with that. So Kennard is laughing. Sophia, hey, how you doing, Sophia? Good to see you, man. Welcome back to the Larry Show. Definitely ain't seen you in a minute, but definitely it's always a great to see you. You know, and Larry and everything, man, is going in and stuff like that. Definitely ecstatic about that, man. You already know what time it is, man. We trying to do what we try to do, man, on here, on this show, man. Listen, JT, we have been on here over 2 hours. We was going to do this hard stop till we got into this Baltimore, man. Listen, thank you for this show. For people and everything, man, who really need to go ahead and get a hold of Jamal, make sure you guys are emailing him at falukeunlimitedllc@gmail.com. It's right here on the screen, falukeunlimitedllc@gmail.com. And let's go ahead and take advantage of what Jamal was actually speaking of when he was actually talking about this opportunity at a no cost, no upfront opportunity that you guys can make passive income with solar panels and solar energy at this point. And I truly think that Jamal will be able to explain it more to you guys by just emailing your information right there to the screen. We'll be able to go ahead, man, and get more a hold of that. Faluke Unlimited llc@gmail.com, and make sure you put all the information in. That way we can really go on ahead, man, and have Jamal, have him and his team, man, reach back out to you, schedule you up something that will actually help change your life and bless other people's lives around you. Thank you again, JT, man, for this, man. Truly, truly, truly. This is a blessing, man. My wife, she's on here talking about that and everything, man, and I'm sitting there just laughing like, it's just a blessing, man, just to see you on here doing what you're doing and then really helping change people and give people an opportunity or an outlet that people can help change their life, man. So thank you. My wife gives her blessings with the big thank you, JT, for all that you're doing, man. Showing her love. Kennard, as you know, he's going probably through the roof, bouncing back and forth, painting his toenails and got his toenails showing out there this time of night. Put you some socks back on the toenails. Thank you, Jamal. Great show. Looking forward to the next Mindset YouTube video you will be doing. Beautiful. Yeah, if you guys haven't caught that, make sure you guys go to Jamal Titus's channel or Kennard Haney's channel and make sure you guys catch that replay of that mindset and some of the great information that they have been putting out there. I'm telling you right now, Jamal Titus and Kennard Haney has been putting out some amazing information and allowing people to help change their life. So make sure you guys go and like and subscribe to Jamal Titus as well as Kennard Haney's channels and be able to go on ahead, man, and take as much advantage as you possibly can. Very great. I told you how much I respect the both of them. I put both of them on the thumbnail, Jamal Titus and Kennard Haney. So definitely a blessing. Blue Sky says, thank you, JT. Peace and blessings. Showing love back to you and everything. Love, 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 love that, man. And Kennard as well. Thank you, Lambo. Hey, man, that's what we're here for. We're here for to go on ahead, man, and help people out and give people, man, an out or an opportunity that can actually help change their life in a hand up, not a handout. So thank you for that as well, Kennard. Thank you, LA Law. This is what we're here for. LA Law is always showing love as well, man, on this broadcast. Listen, again, make sure you guys go like and subscribe to Jamal, even on, not just on YouTube, but Jamal Titus on YouTube, but also go like and subscribe on his Instagram. Where at, JT?
Credit maximization.
Credit maximization. You're gonna make me go ahead and spell it.
No, then just leave it simply Jamal Titus SR. Jamal Titus SR. We'll keep it simple.
And no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got it, JT.
But I want to say again, I thank you for the opportunity. As usual, I thank God for meeting you, Lambo, and just all that you do. And family, just figure out where you can get in and just start to execute where you can execute. Because you're not going to be able to give the excuse that you didn't know. You didn't know what to do. You weren't warned about what was coming. Because folks, we guessed week after week. And then even the way that Lambo, when he does the solo show, he is letting you know what is going on. And God always has a remnant. So folks, just be blessed. Have a wonderful, prosperous rest of your evening. And stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. Nothing to be afraid of. Yeah, things are going to happen. They're coming. But there's nothing to be afraid of because he is able. And we've got access to good information, folks.
Amen. Amen. Some of the best ones. Shout out to you, Larry, man. Showing love, man. As well as Kennard Haney showing love, man. Great work. Blue Sky as usual. I love Kennard with that, man, because Blue Sky be coming in there with her penmanship, man, and don't be playing. Listen, we truly thank you guys. Make sure, again, you guys are following Jamal, man, on IG at Credit Maximization on IG. Credit Maximization on IG. It's right there on the screen. Make sure you guys definitely go ahead and tap in with him with some of the stuff. But make sure, most of all, that you guys are reaching out to take advantage of this opportunity and emailing Jamal right here at Faluke Unlimited LLC at gmail.com. Again, it's on the screen, Faluke Unlimited LLC at gmail.com and take advantage of this passive income opportunity at zero cost, zero upfront cost. The only cost you your time and your effort in reaching out to Jamal Titus. Thank you, Mr. Jamal Titus. Thank you, 3M. You truly have been a blessing, man, more than ever and everything, man, in my life. Blue Sky says, and now to him who is able to keep you from falling and to present you faultless before the presence of his glory. Thank you, Blue Sky. Just truly a blessing, more than honored, man, for you, for everything that you have done and continue to keep doing, man, in our life and through the broadcast. Kennard Handy said, Blue Sky, amen, amen, amen. You already know Kennard Handy, Jamal changed my life with his credit and crypto mentorship. Yes, he has, man. We call him the crypto and everything, man, addict. So shout out and everything, man, to my guy, Jamal Titus, for truly blessing and changing people's lives and even blessing my life and really carrying the torch, man, and just keep lighting it up, man. Keep doing it. Keep trailblazing the way, Jamal. We just rooting for you. We blessing. We speaking over you, speaking over your family, speaking over your business, speaking over everything that concerns the shalom of God and the peace of God around you. In the master's name of Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you. Thank you, JT. We out of here, man. Listen, till next time, we love you guys. Stay tuned until tomorrow when I can finally get back to Finance Fridays. I missed two of them in a row. Because I was in San Diego the week before, and I was in Baltimore this past Friday. So definitely, I will be back. I'm definitely back in the saddle. So y'all make sure you guys are definitely staying tuned and tapped in, because we're definitely going to make sure that we're riding in and riding out. Let's make it do what it do, man. Hey, man, a way to close. That's the only way we know how to do, Kennard. Thank you, man. We out of here, man. Till next time. We love y'all. Take care. Stay blessed. Next Tuesday night and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, right back here at same time, same station.